Yeah, morning guys, it's Jeff. I'm back again. Unfortunately, I'm going to be talking about this guy Onision again. Now, I'm sure you're as sick as me talking about him as I am of talking about him. But unfortunately, it just seems that this guy doesn't know when to leave well enough alone. Now, those of you may be well aware about the videos he posted about the Manchester bombing and his tweets and so on. Um, Again, he's put out another video. So what I'm going to do is a bit like I did with the last ones. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch his video, stop it, places, do a bit of commentary. As before, haven't actually really watched this one all the way through. I've heard sort of bits and pieces or whatever, but not haven't heard the whole thing. So I'm gonna, just first time I'm really gonna be watching this. So once again, gonna shoot from the hip a little bit here. So it might be a bit, I might ramble a bit or whatever. I don't know. Also, once again, hopefully I can get through this in one video. If I have to make this a two-parter again, I will do. But let's just jump in here and see what you got to say, Greg. See what it is this time.
So, since I started talking about the deaths in the UK, I've lost patrons on patreon.com/Onision.
No shit.
I've lost money for being honest.
Good
telling
Lord.
you guys exactly what's on my mind. If you research why people are fans of mine, a lot of them, the majority actually, will tell you that they're fans of me because I'm honest. So,
oh, good Lord. Yeah, we're off to a flying start here, aren't we? Okay. I'm going to be, again, we could really talk about your honesty here, Greg. Okay. That's very much up for debate. But just the way you started this off, you're angry because people are unsubscribing to you and people are now no longer financially backing you. Is it really any wonder after the things you said, Greg? Can you not see this? So it's a bit more.
are you really a fan of me because I'm honest? Or because my honesty suits your agenda?
Oh, good Lord.
It doesn't really seem to be about honesty at all, does it? It's just that when I talk, most of the time, you agree with me. These fans
Yeah,
that I'm
not
referring to in
really.
this context. So the moment I say something that you don't agree with, you start to think about maybe not being a fan anymore. And that's ridiculous.
Look, no, it's not because that you're saying stuff people disagree with. It's because you're saying insensitive stuff, Greg. It's because you're saying stuff that's quite heartless. That's why people are leaving you. Good Lord, can you not see this? I just wish as well, because I'm playing it here. I just wish out you could see how smug this guy is as well. It's unbelievable.
Let's be honest about why you're really a fan. You're a fan because I make you feel good, because I reaffirm your beliefs. And when I don't support your beliefs, when you find out that there's something that conflicts, it's over for me. Just tell the truth, okay? Now let's talk about those deaths. Because you guys,
here we go again, and this is I just get the feeling that he is, he's said this stuff to get a lot of interest and so on in his channels. And it's worked because you got people like me and a lot of others responding to them and these videos. But it's like a short-term fix, and then overall, you're going to lose fans, Greg, over stuff like this, over saying stuff like this. I think everyone's tried to tell you this. It doesn't seem to register with you, though. And it's and now you're upset about it. Let's go.
So heated. My last video on the subject got more than half dislikes, more than half morons, essentially.
Never. Oh, look, now we're morons for disagreeing with him. Okay, so, oh God, you are so arrogant, Greg. You really are incredibly arrogant. I wish people. Oh, and I don't really want to plug his channel just so people can watch this video, but believe me, you could just see how smug this guy is. It's unbelievable.
Emotional.
I can see this
They're
is going to
letting
be a
their emotions
two-parter. We're
cloud
already a
their
minute
logic.
into this video, and I've
And the
gone.
logic is this. A bunch of people died from a nail bomb in the UK. Okay. How much research have you done on people who died from attacks, from other deaths that are abnormal? Probably none, is my guess, considering
Greg.
the amount of resistance I've gotten to me stating facts. You know what happened today? A bunch of toddlers died. Almost 30. Did you see that on Twitter from anyone but me? Did you? Everybody heard about the Manchester bombing. Did you hear about the nearly...
Now, I get the feeling what he's done here is actually just gone on and Googled deaths in the world just before he's kind of recorded this video. Now, I've said this in just about every reply to him. Greg, if you want to have a go at someone about the disproportionate concern here, maybe you should talk about the mainstream media and what they report, what they push. You know, yeah, you know, I had this debate before with people. I mean, there was the incident, was it about a week ago, of 30 more people, you know, refugees drowning in the Mediterranean or something. That barely got reported on. But that's not because people don't care. People don't hear this stuff because it's not reported on. You know, it's not selective grief at all, Greg. But you have to remember, this bombing is something that has shocked people. Let's go on.
30 toddlers that died today. No? Oh, that's because they're not from the UK, huh? That's because they're not American or some other thing that's relevant to you. It's some other country that you care about. The reality is, we're concerned with things that either excite us or something that's an otherwise relevant topic to us.
Well, duh.
Okay? A lot of people go to concerts who use Twitter. So they see a concert bombed, they go, oh man, I care about this. And they see people in the UK get bombed. Oh, the UK doesn't normally get bombed a lot. That's interesting. I'm going to pay attention to this.
Yeah, you might want to do a bit of research on the sort of history of the UK and bombings there, Greg. So, you know, not it's yeah. I'd just say for a guy who prides himself on having all these facts, you're pretty naive about British history over the last sort of 40 or 50 years, there, mate. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat.
None of it has much to do with human life lost. You know, people are like, oh, how could you disrespect these lives lost? You just disrespect lives every single day when you don't even acknowledge that they've been lost. Like those nearly 30 toddlers today. Or a little while back, there was a bus in India.
Oh, come on now.
Killed like 24 people. Nobody's talking about that. Like a few tweets maybe. But nothing like the Manchester thing.
And Greg, I get the feeling you've only looked up and bothered to research these particular deaths just to push your own agenda here, okay? You know, for a guy who's claims, you know, is having a go at us all here for not, you know, taking on board these serious issues. You know, I don't remember him sort of tweeting about this stuff when he was picking on another YouTuber for maybe having an eating disorder and being too skinny. To those who know a bit of him, for the history of the way he bullied Eugenia Cooney, which was really heartless. I don't remember him talking about serious issues when he was decided to make a long video critiquing the fact that another YouTuber, Jacqueline Glenn, got a boob job, and you know, obviously he no longer feels comfortable wanking over her, sort of images of her because of it. Yeah, that's the kind of serious stuff, you know, issues that you talk about, Greg. Okay, so let's go.
Okay, there's a huge problem here. There's a complete shutout of so many innocent human lives, women, children, lives lost in the masses that we ignore. And then you guys make a big deal over a concert when so many horrible incidences have occurred around that get zero attention. Listen, I know a lot of you
refer back to what I just said.
You know someone who knows someone who knows someone who was at the concert. But that doesn't mean that it's that much more important. You know? Just because a lot of them shared our skin tone and they're from a country that we better understand doesn't make their lives any better or worse. And that's the point of all this. We make such a huge deal over some human lives and we treat other human lives like they're completely worthless.
For reasons that I've already explained and reasons that, you know, everyone has probably tried to explain to this guy. It just doesn't seem to, you know, and I'll refer you I won't repeat myself, I'll refer you back to what I just said about some of the topics that Onision has covered in the past, okay? Some of the stuff you've decided to cover, which you think is valid, important stuff, has been bullying other YouTubers, starting drama with other YouTubers, you know. Yeah, Greg, I find you a bit hypocritical now. I really do. And I really think you're being a hypocrite now.
We literally don't even acknowledge them. And then you get mad at people like me for saying, hey, what the hell? You know, you guys are pretending to be heroes, but you don't show any concern for human lives that are equally valuable. Like those nearly 30 toddlers. You're telling me those nearly 30 toddlers who drowned because of Libyan forces. You think they're not as important as however many people died in Manchester? No.
Once again, Greg, no one has said that. Only you are saying this sort of stuff and making these generalizations. You know, I've said it again. So I'll say it again, okay? You know, if you want to talk, you know, criticize someone about this, criticize the mainstream media. But, you know, honestly, Greg, I bet I can look back through a lot of your videos and a lot of your Twitter feeds and so on. I won't see an awful lot of, you know, tweets or videos that are showing concern over all these deaths that you're referencing now. I think you just look them up to push your own agenda now. Right.
Not 30. You know? Like, get your head in the game. Look up facts. Use evidence.
Come on, Greg.
Stop using your emotions to argue for you, because it makes you look like a babbling idiot.
Oh, good Lord. So, yeah, right. So, people are babbling idiots because they get upset over stuff like this and they get emotional over stuff like this. Greg, you're coming off as more of an idiot now saying this stuff. You really are. You know, people do get emotional about these things, but, you know, so I'm trying to get through this without like swearing or nothing, but I don't know how long this is going to last. Right, just looking at the amount of time I've been talking, I'm probably going to have to make this a two-parter. So I'll just sign off for a minute or two now, and then, you know, try and calm down a little bit before I watch the rest of this video. So see you guys hopefully for part 2. Salute.